Hey guys, Jace from Tuff Mounts. We are video 8, I think. Pretty sure it's video 8 this time. So yeah, wow, we're still getting closer. We're not there yet, we're still getting closer. This video, we're gonna just look at some of the stuff we've been up to in the last week on the car, in between obviously video 7 and now. So work's just going flat out. We're just trying to spend at least 3 days a week on the car. I'm in here on Saturdays trying to do some more, just trying to get it across the line. It is still all going to plan. We're a little bit behind, but everything's going to plan and we should be really close. So this episode we are going to sort of look at some of the parts that have arrived. So the new transmission from the guys at Shift Right have arrived. So now this trans, if you remember, 4L80, we got the trans from the guys at Mallex over in Sydney. So Mallex Motorsports hooked us up with the transmission, which was really great from those guys. They got it to Steve at Shift Right, where Steve has waved his wand over the trans. The guys at TCE Torque Converters have done us a converter for it, and that's here as well. So that's done, which is fantastic. That's ready for the engine. In the meantime, we've also got obviously the IC7 Haltech Dash. That's arrived, which you saw a while back. But we've now got the dash fascia from the guys at 3D Motorsports. So you'll see us getting that into the car and the finished article there. We're getting a few more bits and pieces in, obviously things like the steering columns now going in and all those little sort of finishing off stuff. The car Builders Sound Deadner, working on that. The fuel pump cover for the rear before the fuel tank goes in for its final time. Oh, there's just lots and lots of stuff. Oh, the mounting of the Rebel LS up under the dash, and carpets and underfelts, and oh yeah, it's just going to go on and on and on. So yeah, stay tuned and I'll speak to you at the end. Cheers guys. Hot off the truck, we've got one transmission from the boys at Shift Right. Steve and the crew there have looked after our 4L80. I'm looking forward to opening this puppy up in a minute and seeing what it looks like. Look at that bad boy. So this is our 4L80 from Steve at Shift Right. He has waved his magic wand over and reckons this is going to do us exactly what we need. The guys at TCE have made the converter for us. So from what I understand, it's a 4,000 RPM converter with lockup. So we'll still be able to use the overdrive functions. Steve's done all of his bits. I'm not actually quite certain what he's done, so I'll have to get an update on him or from him to get that sorted out. But yeah, this is ready to install. Yeehaw! So we've also fitted some H4 headlights to Potato. This is just getting ready for drag challenge, so when we do the night case, we've got some visibility. As you all know, the HQ standard headlights are crap. So this is the Motorsport 3D Haltech IC7 Dash fascia to suit the HQ models. So this arrived the other day. We've obviously been working on it, trying to get it into the car. Honestly, most of it was pretty reasonable. We've had to just modify a couple little things on it just to get some clearance. So we've had to open up the back of it all through here, this area, and chamfer some of this just to clear some of the main dash structure because it's a little bit tight, and we want it to sit in easy without having, you know, it sitting obscure or rattle or vibrate or squeak or whatever. Perry's also come through and is wired in all the indicators, the horns, not the horns, sorry, all the indicators, the high beams, the low beams, all of that sort of stuff. So that will all work, which is excellent. None of it's terminated on the other end, but the pin, it's all been pinned out at least now, so that is a good thing. Get this screen to work so you can see that. So that's all good. So this is about to go into the car. Perry this morning has also managed to get the column into the car, which is fantastic. And I don't know if we can see in here, but it's literally these areas here that we've had to modify to get the IC7 in. I'll just see if I can get some light into here for you guys, just to try and show. It hasn't been the funnest job, but it's been right. You can sort of see there where we've had to modify all around those corners. It's just obviously a little bit too big for the area. The product itself is quite good, but yeah, it just needs a bit of work to get them all in and sitting nice. We've also got the cigarette lighter in. That's for the Bluetooth speaker, and obviously also a cigarette lighter. Not that anyone's going to smoke in this car, because it's a filthy habit for some people. And otherwise, yeah, so this is all looking really good. Finished product wise, looks pretty bloody sharp. So next step's getting the column in and just dropping that a little bit, just to get the clearance around, you know, the bottom of there. And then we can do the final fit, do some pin outs and get that part there wired up before too much more of the yeah, you know, driveline and stuff arrives. But yeah, no, honestly, it's not a bad product in the end, thank God. Now, I don't know if many of you guys have done this before. Let's get some light in here. But the Car Builders range of sound deadening is pretty damn good. So it really is easy. You just clean everything down, stick it down, and the job's done. Ideally, the tools, and using the right tools as always is important. Because of where we're sort of going with this part of the build, or as in where I'm putting this stuff, it's not really as important as down here. So it's just sort of going in. Not quite as fussed about how it sort of fits and sits. It's just got to go in. It's pretty well directly under here is where the mufflers are going to be. So I'm going to try and just keep some of the noise down. So, good old Car Builders roller. Quite literally, you just set him in place and then. Now, the back of it is also great for trying to get into the grooves, because it's very difficult otherwise. So yeah, use the back of it, because it gets you all into the nooks and crannies and helps you sort of stretch it and get it where it needs to be. And boom, there you go. Once I'm done, on to the next. Alrighty, there we go. Car Builders done, which this means we can sort of actually start laying underfelt and all that sort of stuff. Not that we're going to just yet, because we still got to run some wiring front to rear of the car for fuel pumps and the like. So that's probably the next job on the list, is to get all of that done. And then I guess sort of once that's done, it's, yeah, it is then underfelt, carpet back into it. Obviously still got wiring and stuff down here to do. Oh, did I show you? I don't know if I did. The dash is in. How good's that look? Nothing sort of finalised here because we still may have to take it out. But yeah, predominantly that's it's all in, which is cool. It's yeah, actually fits quite well. Had to lower the steering shaft or steering column about 10 mil, not a lot. So hopefully that won't upset driving position too much. But we had to get the screen in, obviously, and as you can see, they're still quite tight in there. But that's good. So it's another job off of the list. Oh, we also get down there. No, it's not in there. We've got the ECU all done and mounted, but must have it put out at the moment. You can see over in that corner the pass-throughs for all of the power and earths. But yeah, the ECU and stuff will all just set up under here, under the dash, which is just a nice spot out of the way. Yes, we've just now got to do some wiring into the Haltech IC7. We just basically we've extended this part here. We've actually done a loom from the dash. We just now need to do a connector here and then pin out basically all the lights and the indicators and the high beams and the likes. So we get that done. This is another part that Caleb's just dropped off as well. So this is a 3D printed, basically it's a remote oil cooler mount distribution block. So this will, whoops, good thing it's plastic. This will mount into here, off the side of the sump. And then from there we can run in and out for the oil cooler. It's also, we've had it made where we've got a oil pressure port there and another oil pressure port down the bottom there, so we can run a switch or external gauge or sensors or whatever we like. So this will be another product that we'll be manufacturing very shortly. Now this will also probably suit a few other sumps, but currently we've only made it to suit the LT sump that we've done. So yeah, moving forward that'll be available with all of the other new parts that we've just had done. Alright, so you've just watched Perry vacuuming and cleaning everything. So we could do car builders inside the doors to stop a lot. And now we've also, oh fuck me, bloody yuck. We've just fish oiled all the doors as well. So to stop any further rust. Not that there is much rust in them, but it just gives us a less chance of anything else sort of popping its head up now. Oh, yuck, this shit is gross. So yeah, so all the front and rear doors are all done now, which is good. So that'll stop anything there now, which is good. Gone through and tightened up all of the door handles and all that sort of stuff, so there's less rattles. It's good, it's cool. Hey, look at that, we've even gone into there. Oh, just everywhere. And why not? You know, when it's at this point, it might as well. So all into there has all been done. So yes, another job done. So yes, the doors, inner doors, they're all done. So we can now put door handles, door trims and everything back on, which will seal all that up. Oh, crikeys. Yeah, and we also finished the fuel pump setup, so that's done. It's plumbed, wiring is sitting here ready to go. We're just going to get to that once we get rid of the smell from in here. But oh man, but anyway, that's good. So fuel tank's in final time. How good does the fuel tank look? Bloody sensational. So this is now in for its final time. We've had it in a couple of times since. Just trying to sort stuff out. But yeah, now all the fuel lines are in. They're all done, they're all run, it's mounted, it's cleaned. Yeah, you know, it's sort of what you'd expect. Looks bloody lovely. That line there, you can sort of really see it, is essentially just a breather line. So it sits right up the top of the tank, comes back around sort of through here, and then goes back up to the top of the filler neck. So it's just, hopefully it's going to try and aid us when filling this car up. So we've got two essentially dash 10 lines now that run up to the top of the filler neck to try and allow the thing to vent a lot quicker. These are a bugger of a thing to fill, so hopefully that will help it. All the breather, you know, the factory breathers and all that sort of stuff's all back done and dusted as well. So, but yeah, so that's all done and dusted. Got the toe pack on obviously as well. The new Pro Street radial tyres, which we spoke about in the previous episode. I've had those installed today. Now these are actually just ever so slightly narrower than the Mickey Thompsons that we had on there. So it's actually given us just that wee little bit more room, which has been actually quite pleasant. It's a bit of a win. We've just, as you've just seen, bloody, still makes me vomit. The fish oiled everything, so that's all doing its thing. The car's up on the hoist, as you can tell, with the doors and the windows open, the outside windows open, just to try and get some of the stench out of it. It's horrible. Anyway, yeah, so that's all done. The interior's pretty well all done. You know, we've got to clean the door trims and stick those back on. Clean the rear trim, stick those back on. We've got all the underfelt, all the carpet that's sitting here ready to go. We won't put that in yet. We won't put that in until we've finished under the dash. We don't want, you know, cut wires and all that sort of stuff, or dirty footprints on all that sort of gear. What else? There's not really sort of a lot else to really show you this time round. It's just all there. Parts pile's getting smaller. Most of these are actually empty boxes now, so it's good. Carpet over there. Modified tail shaft loop. I was going to do it off the cross member, but I didn't like the idea. It's just too big, too far away from the actual cross member, so that the leverage, if a tail shaft broke, wouldn't be good for it. So we've just bought one of the cheap generic ones and then actually modified it and made it suit what we need. So that's just got to be drilled through here now, and then drilled into the floor and then bolted. I've, you know, double checked, painted, then bolted back in, and that's ready to go. So, you know, when you're doing a job and you go, oh, I reckon it's a bit crap. I should make that a little bit nicer. Well, I did that, and of course, as they always do, epic fails. So your outer weather molds here, your weather strips, your rubber strips through here. I was playing around with the driver side. It's a bit rough, so I just thought I'd get a file in there and just sort of even it out a little bit. Yeah, well, yep, no, they were that old and brittle that it just literally collapsed in on itself. So, yep, replacements. So we've just finished the outer ones on both sides. And look, I'm not going to lie, it's worth every single cent, but it's just a bugger of a job again. But anyway, it's done. So I've done all 4 outer seals on the doors. and I've just done all the ones on the top of the door trims as well, so they are all done. So door trims can go back on now, which will finish off that part of the car. Outside's done. Actually, we just gave it a clean, and yeah, it actually looks a lot better. It's amazing how dirty it was. But yeah, so that's done. We've done a lot of the wiring now, so the engine bay is finished other than engine and gearbox. The boot area, this is all finished in here now. Everything's back in there. It's now just a storage, part storage area. I am going to replace this one here as well now. I wasn't going to, but I've decided I'm going to replace this strip as well. So another trip down to Reassembly in the next day or so. I think we've showed you the obligatory drag challenge hitch, so that's done as well, obviously. The dash is in. We had that wired up and that powered up, so that all works. We are now literally at the point of waiting for engine. Dummy motor, dummy block. The parts list area here it's diminished a lot. It's just all been tidied up. A lot of this is all empty stuff now. Mufflers are there. Sumps on the engine as soon as we get it back. Tail shaft from GJ's, the gearbox cross member. I don't know if I showed you these, but these are the extractors that we make. These are back from ceramic coating, and they look killer. So really looking forward to getting those in. It's really going to brighten up the engine bay. Gearbox from Steve at Shift Right, so that's sitting there ready to go. All of the Haltech stuff's been in the car, so we've had it all fitted. Even went and had some touch-up paint made just to tidy a few little ugly spots up. Yeah, otherwise she's ready to go, I think. So anyway, yes, next job, I'll think that's about the end, I think, for now, for sure, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Alright guys, that's the end of video 8. We're actually going to give the car a bit of a rest now for a couple of weeks. We have got pretty well everything ready to rock and roll. Everything's been cleaned, other than just a few bit of interior pieces, which we'll do as it all comes back together. The engine we are having a few dramas with, in fact. We've had to obviously machine a few bits and pieces, and we're actually struggling to get some bearings here in Australia. So it's actually been a real problem. However, we have located them, we've ordered them, they're coming from America. They'll be here hopefully in a week, and as soon as we get those, that is the last part for the engine, and the engine can be assembled. It's actually the rod bearings that we're needing there, so the conrod bearings. But we've got the mains, we've got the cam bearings, they're all done. The cam's sitting there ready to go in. The cranks in the engine, that's all done. It's literally the conrod bearings now to be able to start assembling the engine proper. So yeah, so there's probably about a week away. So the car, we've pretty well done just about everything we need to. So we now have to, yeah, not really do a lot. We just have to be patient now. We've still got plenty of time, but any further delays will start making stuff quite difficult. So we need to sort of just be prepared and, yeah, basically hit it hard as soon as we get the engine. As we mentioned in the past, I think Corey Reed from Reed's Mechanical's doing the engine. More than capable. He goes pretty fast in his LS equipped cars that he builds, whether it be his XF or his Pontiac old Pro Stock car. So yeah, he's got plenty of experience there. Obviously the Haltech, that's sitting here ready to go. The Shift Right 4LRD trans is sitting there ready to go. The TCE torque converter is sitting there ready to go. all the parts from Malex for the LT engine sitting there ready to go. I guess everything is ready. It's just needing that one part now. So yeah, anyway, we'll get there. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video. There will be another one. There'll probably be another 2 or 3 yet, but this one will be the last one for a couple of weeks, I'm thinking. But yeah, that's cool. We're okay with that. We've got other stuff. We've got this HZ Sandman we've got to finish for a local guy, Chris. This is a really cool car that he's had for a long time. It's coming to its final end of its resto, which is cool. So we get to finish that and get it running, and he can drive it for the first time, I think, in about near on 20 years. So he's a little bit excited. But anyway, that's for a bit later on. We'll talk about that one. It's just a cool car. So yeah, anyway, I'll leave it here. Thank you very much. Please subscribe. The button's down there. Go to the website, check out the merch links. All the merch is actually starting to arrive now. All the pre-orders will be going out probably in the next few days. So yeah, it's all looking good in that aspect. Yeah, we're under control. Anyway, that's the end. I'll keep rattling on. So yeah, stay tuned. More to come. Good luck. Speak to you soon. And thanks for watching. Cheers, guys.